Everyone, good morning. How are you guys? Hi, Dandelion. Hello, hello, hello. Let me figure out what I'm doing here. There you guys are. Good morning. Hello. So, we have a lot to kind of look into today. No real concrete information. I will tell you guys right away that the post that was put up yesterday during this live stream that was alleging that he was found, that was false information. The locals did contact police and they did find out that he for sure is not located. So that is something that, it's good to know that he's still out there missing. I hate, 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 hate whenever posts go around like that. And then it leads to people not wanting to look anymore and things of that nature. I will say there are search parties out this morning right away, looking for this child, Ryan RJ Davis. If you missed my video yesterday, go back, listen. Today we're going to do a lot of impromptu kind of searching together because there is a lot of things that just honestly are not adding up. I do want to do I have audio right now? Can you hear me? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Because I cannot hear myself on the YouTubes. I don't know if it's because my headset's not hooked up or if it's because I switched to this microphone. Doo-doo-doo. Anybody there? Oh, or if it's because nope. So we can switch to this. Good. Okay. All right. Good, good, good. So we can hear. That's good news. Good morning, Mama Shao. How are you? Thank you. Okay, good. I was concerned. I'm not gonna lie. I want to see. So that means my headset itself does not have audio right now. So let me check on that and see why. Says that I should. But I cannot hear. Hi, B Tim. How are you? Sorry. Just give me 1 second because for some reason I am not going to be able to hear videos today, it looks like. While we are waiting, though, let me put this up. This is an article from this morning. Okay. So it says urgent search for missing 12-year-old Oklahoma boy continues a week after he was last seen. So he technically was last seen on January the 2nd. So this is day 6 of the public being notified because he was reported missing at 1 a.m. on January the 3rd. But the police are saying the last actual confirmed sighting of him was on January the 2nd. The time I am seeing is 11:20 p.m. Now, I have heard that that last known sighting was to be, he was last seen with his stepdad on camera. And it was not a sighting that he was seen alone, allegedly. I don't know. I don't know if police have something else, but this is what we are looking at right now. So, it says urgent search for missing Oklahoma boy continues a week after he was seen. And let me go ahead and play the video and see if I can hear it.
Twice as good. Can you throw twice as far?
I hope you guys can hear it.
Is Sprite
I don't know what's going on with my audio.
Nah, but it tastes good. If you want a refreshing drink,
this is why I
Sprite.
stopped using
Obey your
this
thirst.
microphone to
And the urgent search, it continues this morning for missing 12-year-old Ryan Davis, who also goes by RJ.
Yeah, today marks 1 week since he was last seen, and now the community is coming together to help search. And KOCO's Jordan Ryan, she is live for us with the latest from authorities in Jordan, the plans for tonight.
Law enforcement tells KOCO 5 RJ is still missing. Volunteers are coming together. The community is rallying around this young boy. They want to find him. A Facebook group has been created less than 24 hours ago designed to organize volunteer search efforts. It already has more than 650 members. I actually just checked. It actually has more than 700 now. We talked to the creator of that group about why she felt this was the right thing to do.
Seeing what he's been through and knowing that he's still out there needing adults who are going to help guide him back to safety, I think we just see our own kids and other members of our community in him and just say, if it was my son, man, I would really want the community to rally.
Meanwhile, RJ's biological mother and stepfather, they are in the Caddo County Jail. OSBI says they're going to be facing child abuse charges. If RJ is found, authorities have made it clear he would not be returning to that home. Authorities did search several properties connected to the boy's parents, but we haven't heard any updates. Guys.
Yeah, and Jordan, you did mention volunteer efforts that are happening today. When are they meeting?
Volunteers are going to be meeting this morning at 9 a.m. We also know there's a vigil scheduled for 7 p.m. this evening. I do want to say OSBI has stated that they do believe that RJ is still alive. So these people, they're meeting at the train depot area in Chickasha in an effort to search for him. I also want to mention, as I'm monitoring this Facebook, a very sincere trend is starting. They are starting to say reasons why they joined this group, being a grandmother, being someone who cares for children. Everybody wants to find RJ. Live this morning, Jordan Ryan, KOCO 5 News.
Sleuthie,
At the design
how are
studio
you?
by Mathis Home, we're proud.
Okay. So really, no real concrete information that has come out since yesterday. We are still looking at the same scenario right now where they believe that he has run away. However, we do know he has gone through some pretty horrific things prior to disappearing. So just to rehash for those of you guys who might not have seen the video yesterday, this is 12-year-old right here. 12-year-old Ryan Davis. He also goes by RJ. His family is also saying that he could go by Ryker Cole. I'm not sure who he goes by that family or by that name around. However, it has also been presented as a possible alias that he could go by. But RJ was last seen at 11:20 p.m. on January the 2nd at a Quality Inn Suites where his family had been staying. Now, to explain the family staying at this hotel, they only went there once a week, typically on Fridays, in order to shower and use the facilities, things like that, because they did not have running water at their home, allegedly. That is what is being said. However, I will say that there is a truck stop that is way closer to their home and cheaper to utilize if they would have been going just for shower purposes. And so there is a lot of questions about the nature and the things that were going on in that motel, simply because of the fact that he had the parents have both been arrested. The mom and stepdad have both been arrested for sexual related crimes, child abuse, and crimes against nature. And it's all surrounding him. And so we looked yesterday at this exactly. Yes, he ran away in October, November, and December as well, possibly more. I hope he's just hiding. We talked about yesterday, there is a pattern of his disappearances. And if he ran away at this point, I pray that he ran away at this point. However, with the crimes that are being held against these parents, it really does make me question if he ran away or if something more nefarious could have possibly happened at this point. There is a man who was connected to this family, allegedly, according to Facebook, and he had been arrested back in October for CP charges, as well as bestiality and things of that nature. Also charged with crimes against nature. And he was connected to RJ's stepfather, George Cole, on Facebook, allegedly. And so it makes you question if things escalated in October towards Ryan, or if things had been that way prior to that. And, he just got sick of what was happening. But there's a lot of things going on in this case. And I really suggest you take a look at the video from yesterday if you missed it, because we did go through the press conference and we went through a lot of the information that I'm talking about right now in more detail. Today, I kind of want to look through the Facebook group and show you guys kind of the things that are happening as far as the allegations, the speculations that the locals have, and some of the things that may or may not be true based off of what the locals say. And so it's horrible. So what are crimes against nature? So I did pull this up on ChatGPT yesterday, be Tim, and it says that I put the case in and then asked what could the crimes against nature charges be, and it says that what is crimes against nature? What it means here. Because the charge is against the mother of a 12-year-old, this term does not mean anything vague or outdated. In cases involving a minor, crimes against nature is commonly used to charge sexual abuse involving acts such as forced or unlawful oral or anal sex, sexual acts considered aggravated because of the child's age. It is often used instead of or alongside rape or lewd act statutes, depending on how the law is written in that state. With a child, the consent is legally impossible, so this is treated as a violent felony. It says why the charge changed from child abuse by injury. That shift is important. The child abuse by injury suggests physical harm, where crimes against nature indicates that investigators believe sexual abuse occurred. This usually means that new evidence was found, a forensic interview or medical exam revealed more, or investigators determined that the abuse met a sexual felony threshold. What conspiracy likely means for the stepfather in this case? A conspiracy charge generally means that prosecutors knew believe he knew about the abuse and helped, allowed, covered up, or failed to prevent it. It could also mean that he participated in planning or concealing the crime. It does not necessarily mean that he committed sexual acts himself, but it means that they believe that he was criminally involved. It says why this might relate to a missing child, even though police say it's not clear. In real investigations, charges like these often come first, but they can be used to apply pressure, protect evidence, or secure cooperation while the search continues. When a child is missing, sexual abuse charges appear. Investigators are treating the situation as high risk. And so that is what ChatGPT's take on all of this was. Again, I tell you to go watch the press conference for yesterday. They do kind of brush over these charges. Unfortunately, they don't go into depth about them, but they do say that they want to find Ryan. If he is out there somewhere hiding or is being held safely somewhere by someone, they are asking for him to be brought forward because they do believe that he could have physical harm caused to him. And they do believe that he does need medical attention. And so it's not good. It's not good at all. Yes, he is still missing. I know. Yeah, unfortunately, runaways are at so much risk. This one is increased risk simply because of the circumstances surrounding this. So let me pull up some of the things that I was looking at last night into this morning. I can't stop thinking about this case right now because I'm mortified and just so concerned about what could be happening with this child. So some of the screenshots that I kind of pulled up to show you guys, excuse me. I'm going to go ahead and pull them up here. Oops. Maybe. How can I show them without showing everything? Just going to have to do it one at a time. Yeah, they know he needs medical attention. And it's devastating. It's absolutely devastating. That's all I can say. Me not knowing how to use my camera or my screen. Okay. So this is people talking back and forth in the Facebook group about his disappearance. And there was multiple sightings. I say it like that. There's multiple sightings that occurred in the beginning of this investigation. Well, it turns out that the people who allegedly saw Ryan are connected to this family. And now that the family has been arrested, it really makes you question, did they actually think they seen him, or was it tactics to make people kind of look the other direction, make them search other places? I'm very, very concerned. I hope and pray that police have him alone on camera leaving this area, and that's why they say that they believe he is alive. Some of the posts in the Facebook group, though, has indicated that he was seen on camera with his stepdad. And so that concerns me because it could have been going in or out of the hotel. It could have been even driving to or from the hotel, something along those lines, and not necessarily alone. I'm very concerned that something horrible happened to him and that these parents reported him missing to try to cover up their crime, because he has been missing before. Normally, whenever he goes missing, it doesn't appear that there's much police reaction. And it looks as if the police are genuinely searching for him. A lot of it due to the public pressure coming from the community in this case. So it says, okay, Chad Sweden's place, Brandon Sweden's place. Oh, so Chad Sweden, Brandon Sweden, and Junior Cole share a shop. So they were searching last night a transmission shop that is connected to this whole family, connected to Junior Cole, connected to another man, which I will show you. This man is Junior Cole, his stepfather, George Cole's dad, stepfather's dad, and he is a convicted sex offender that actually lives with them. And so they were searching his property last night, allegedly. Again, all of this is going based off of the Facebook page, because unfortunately that is the source of information that we have for the most part. But his grandfather lives with them, step grandfather lives with them, and he is a sex offender. It says Junior is Chad and Brandon's uncle from his first marriage. So they are connected somehow, and that is who allegedly seen him. Another thing is, whenever they were searching for him, Junior Cole said just some of the language the family has used, right? So he said, we're pretty sure we know where he is, but he's not recovered yet. Recovered is not something that you typically say about somebody who's missing unless they're looking for remains. So some things in this case are really making me concerned that he could possibly have been physically harmed and or be deceased. There was questions too yesterday during the live stream. The detective was asked during the press conference, I should say, whether or not there was other children. There is allegedly a stepsister that was also there that I believe is 16 years old based off of different posts that I have seen. So that would be why the hesitation was there. But allegedly, she lives in a different trailer or a different part of the property with her aunt or great aunt. So I don't know. I'm just showing you guys some of the things that I found interesting that I seen. So this was just the post confirming that somebody did locally call the police department, and they did confirm that he was not found yesterday. So he is still being searched for. So again, just showing you guys kind of some of the things that I found interesting. Another thing is, so somebody was posting in all of the comment streams about his disappearance, and they were allegedly just coming straight out and accusing Junior Cole. This person apparently is aware of some of the abuse that was going on. Says, you're a monster. You know you abuse this boy. Quit getting on here and acting like you're concerned. The cops know everything from the ramen to being chained up. What? From the ramen to being chained up? I want to know what that... We know this child was removed from this home before by CPS. We know that he was placed back in this home. So CPS was involved and made him go back with them. Now he is missing, possibly dead. System failed. Yet another child. I want to know more about the sighting of him. I think police need to clarify that he was seen leaving that motel. Is there proof of life? I really wish that the police would clarify that. is there proof of life for this child? Or is this a criminal investigation beyond just the sex charges? Not that those aren't horrific enough, beyond just the crimes against nature. Not that that's not just horrific enough, but is there proof of life? Did they murder this child? I am hoping and praying that they didn't. Says, I've heard stories. There are some videos that the police do have now. This stepfather and mother should be put in prison and never released. This poor baby has been abused and neglected, basically tortured by these monsters. Neglect would probably be better than what he actually went through. I think he would rather have been neglected. So another person also posted, they were calling Kimberly and Junior out because they had not been communicating well with the public who is out there doing search parties, mind you. They're out there searching day after day after day, looking for this child, and they weren't communicating with them. They weren't responding. They weren't giving details that would make sense. They kept wanting to do their own search parties and go off on their own to look for him with their crew. Why did they only want to be the ones who found him? If he did leave that hotel, what condition was he in when he walked away? Do they know what physically is wrong with him that the police are saying that he needs medical care? Do they know that he walked out of there? Do they know? Do they know? Do they know? That's all I can say. Do they know? And that's why they were looking for him with their own search parties, with their own crews. Didn't want to communicate with the locals who were wanting to search for him. And so this is obviously before she was arrested. She had sent this message to someone who obviously did not respond. And it says, the cops always just say that when they have something, they will call us. I've had people all over the north side from my family, my nephew and brother, searching drainages and ravines on foot from Virginia up north. Our horse riders that showed yesterday did all of the wooded areas, and that there is any construction and all the way to the ballpark. We searched as many alleys and open sheds along with condemned houses. All my drivers have flyers at stores that would allow them to put them up. We've had cadaver dogs that scented him around. Aldi's lost the trace. Cadaver dogs. So he's saying recovered. She is saying cadaver dogs. Why do we have, she says, we have cadaver dogs that scented him around Aldi's. What? Does she not know the difference? Is it maybe because she's uneducated? Does she not know the difference between a search dog and a cadaver dog? Or is this a situation where, what's that called? Like a Freudian slip, where she's saying what she thinks needs to be out there? I don't know. I don't know. I can only speculate with the information that I am seeing. Police said, I'm going to stress again, that they believe that he is alive, but that he needs medical attention. They obviously, through their search warrants and other things, found, I'm guessing, photographic or video evidence. I have no proof of that. They didn't say photographic or video evidence, but they did say that search warrants were conducted in regards to this child and that they have evidence that he was being sexually abused and physically abused. So it says they lost the trace. I will say, though, the police did verify that this sighting was completely false. And I showed you guys that Brandon Sweeney, or whoever it was that allegedly had seen him around the Aldi's, is connected to this family somehow. Could it have been a mistaken sighting? Maybe. Yeah, sure. I mean, it could have been somebody who thought that they might have seen him. His face is not that uncommon looking. He doesn't look, I don't know. He does kind of have a unique, like, facial structure. I shouldn't say that. But I could see there being a mistaken identity. Sure, that's possible. It happens. We see cases all the time where people think that they see a missing child and then it doesn't turn out to be that kid. Is that what happened here? I don't know. I don't know. So it says, sorry, I have a stuffy nose. So I apologize if I keep, like, if it picks up me, like, sniffling. But anyways, it says, I should have more out today on the back roads around my home, which is almost directly in the middle of Andarko, Cement, Norge, and Viridian. I have already spoke with the sergeant, and he is there doing a town-wide search. About to head to Cement, and Drake. I'm going to say all of these town names wrong. I apologize for you locals in Oklahoma. I'm going to butcher every single town. I apologize. But they're in those areas to do the same. I can't think of any talk we haven't covered. We also have 2 private investigators out working on more drones and cadaver dogs. Again, cadaver dogs. Why is she saying cadaver dogs? Are they looking for him deceased at this point? Does his family know that if he ran away and they didn't murder him, let me just say that, if they didn't murder him and he ran away, do they know that the physical condition that he is currently in is going to require cadaver dogs? Do they know that they caused enough injury to him that he could die while he's out there? Never mind the weather. Never mind the wildlife that's out there. Never mind all of that. What did they do to him that could cause that? And I'm concerned because we're on day 6. Day 6 that this child has potentially been sleeping in the cold. Day 6 that this child has been out there without food, without nourishment, possibly. I hope and pray, Ryan, if you're out there, I hope and pray that there is a local out there or somebody that you know that you confided in that knows the circumstances around this and is helping keep you safe. But you're safe now. Your parents are arrested. And so if that's the case, if somebody has him, turn him into the police. Let him get the help that he needs. And I know you probably don't trust the system because they've removed him from this home before. I know you probably don't trust that they're going to keep him safe, but I think this community, the people that are in this community that care about him, now that they know who he is, what he's going through, I have faith that these people in this community are going to do their part to make sure that this child stays safe at this point. Yeah, they definitely have evidence. You were going to say what makes them think that he needs medical attention. They definitely have evidence. I don't know what kind of evidence. I don't know what they have. I'm just guessing based off of my previous history, seeing these types of cases and watching what's going on with their investigation, how they're approaching things. This is just me guessing as to what they may have, right? So no proof. I have no proof. I have no evidence of anything. I got nothing, but this is just my guess. Hi, Roberta. How are you? So I'm going to show you guys this video again because they do show the property. We showed this yesterday, but let me pull this up.
We've been able to confirm, well, guys, you can see this property right here behind me, and we've been able to confirm that the Cole family runs a business right here in Caddo County. George and Kimberly were both arrested as the search for their missing 12-year-old goes on. Now, in the last hour, there were multiple law enforcement officials searching this land. It's off of 2730 and CR 1410 here in Caddo County. It's listed on social media as a horse training business. RJ Davis, also known as Ryker Cole, was last seen January 2nd at 4th and Grand in Chickasha, and of course he has not been seen since. Now, according to OSBI, his mother Kimberly and stepdad George were arrested Thursday on child abuse and sexual assault complaints. Now, within the last hour or so, we also noticed law enforcement searching the south end of this property. They also walked some of the railroad tracks just behind us here when the property line ends. So we have not heard an update from law enforcement just yet, but at last check, RJ is still
missing. He mentions the train tracks that are behind the property. From what I understand, they have slowed the trains because of all of the searches going on right now. And so that does mean that he could have potentially hopped on a train. I have seen that happen in a missing case before where the child hopped on a train to be able to flee an area. It's possible. Anything is possible. Right now, there's nothing that is off the table, in my opinion, at this moment. So let me go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and share the Facebook group. This is their local group. There are people out there that are searching for him this morning. And so they are, it says they viewed the cameras. He was leaving the hotel at 11:20, seen at Verizon at 11:30-ish, is what somebody is saying here. I don't know if he was alone or not. People are kind of back and forth on that. It says, I seen a comment that Junior was on the hotel cameras leaving and returning sometime shortly after 1 a.m. Not sure how credible those are, just going on comments. Same thing here, just literally going based off of comments. It says, I'm worried that they knew he ran away and let him go, or they had someone else pick him up somewhere. They know where he's at and know what happened to him. With the SA charges, the abuse, the same hotel, I'm worried about possible trafficking. That's my concern also. That is my concern also. I'm worried that they were taking him there to be sexually used by other people, to videotape things, to whatever. That's my concern. 100%. Says, I heard in one of the videos that he had gotten grounded and then he just ran away. Junior made a comment that they were pretty sure they knew where he is, but he hasn't been recovered. Kimberly made comments about cadaver dogs. This girl must be on the same brain length as me. Seriously. It says Aunt Junior said that Junior may be trying to make it home. Someone, I don't remember who, kept mentioning RR. I followed the railroads. I followed the ones behind the hotel on the maps and ended up in Inca in my passing times in the direction. Any bottles of water? They're just looking for searches, right? They're just looking for searches. So this lady has been all over this family. She has been searching since day one. She has been looking into things, trying to figure out where this child is. And she has been very, very active in making things are up to date. Obviously, she's a moderator in this Facebook group. They are having a candlelight vigil this evening at 8 p.m. for him. I'm hoping that they stream it so that we can join them in prayer. But if not, 8 p.m. Oklahoma, let's see, they're Central Time. So 9 p.m. Eastern. Join them in prayer. So they are also posting like flyers around town. I believe it says, RJ, you are not bad. You are not in trouble. The adults who hurt you cannot take you back, just in case he is out there hiding somewhere, so that he knows that he does not have to go back home. That's the most important thing. He doesn't have access to social media. He doesn't have access to a phone. Like there's none of that things going on for him to be able to be aware of the actual searches and things like that that are taking place for him. So it's really just about making sure that if he is out there somewhere, that there is awareness made. This is like froze. She has had a couple good posts though. So Cole property to do the searches. Hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that. So this is pictures of the farm, JK Farm. This is where they have the horses. People were asking, how do you have horses, but you don't have water? But there is a water source about, I want to say they said 2 miles, maybe 2 acres, somewhere in the 2 range, where they would be able to haul water back and forth for the animals. But animals don't need warm water. No, the parents are arrested, Sleuthy sweetheart. They have been arrested. So they started out like helping search for him. I say search because they were obstructing some of the searches that the locals were trying to do. And she kind of talks about this moderator. She talks about the fact that whenever she was doing the search, that mom was intentionally slowing them down, it seemed like. It says, this is why I wasn't working with the parents from day one. The first morning I had a crew wanting to track by foot from the hotel, and I was delayed by the mother looking for parking for her horses. I knew right then that the parents were working against me. I searched on my own and have been that a-hole asking the family members the hard question. I had half the town talking S on me. Y'all better leave me alone. Now it's storming. The parents are in jail and still no RJ. So then his aunt has also been like coming through in the Facebook comments, constantly defending the family, constantly defending the parents and things like that. And it doesn't look good. All of it doesn't look good. It says, now I know that Junior's name is George Franklin Cole. You can see his real record. There's one under Junior also, but I couldn't find it yesterday. But do y'all remember yesterday I made a comment about the grandfather that worked at the shop? He is George Franklin Cole Sr. He is this kid's grandfather who works at the shop with the stepdad and is on the sex offender registry. He has charges for failing to register in 2011. It's just horrible. And there's no information. There's no solid information about where he went. And it's frustrating. Here's another one. It says, I'm searching by car all over town, everywhere I can think of for RJ. I've searched the sports complex from the fire department, checked the viaducts on Choctaw, went down by a leg lamp park and followed the tracks all the way to the east side, went behind Walmart, checked the sports complex, went under the turnpike behind the hotel and searched that wooded area back there. Then I went across from the hotel and went behind Burger King, searched. Like, they are looking everywhere. And it's not just this woman, it is everyone. This entire town is out there searching for this child right now. And it leads me to believe that he is probably not out in the wilderness. There's people trying to get a hold of people who own the drive-ins right now so that they are able to check the drive-ins, because since it's closed, that would be a good place to hide. But it has been cold outside, guys. Like, let me pull this up. Right now. It's supposed to be 51 today, but it was 39 degrees last night. Saturday, January 3rd, whenever he would have went missing, high around 56, low of 35. January 4th, high of 59, low of 30. January 5th, high of 73, at least that was decent, right? Low of 41 though at night. High of 70, low of 34. Today, high of 60, or sorry, the 7th, high of 68, low of 55, 57. January 8th, high of 56, low of 36. Like, it has been way too cold for this child to be out there just surviving in the wilderness. This is the 4th time he has run away. He ran away in October, November, December, and now in January. Fourth time. And one of the times that he ran away, he did have somebody who took him in and was helping him while he was ran away. And they actually got in trouble for harboring him after he ran away. They actually did file restraining orders against the parents on the 5th. Yes, they are searching everywhere. He had no phone. He had no phone, no internet, no way to contact anyone. So I don't know how he could have. I don't know how he could have. I don't know. I just can't stop thinking about this whole situation. And I so wish that I lived in Oklahoma right now. I so wish that I was able to actually help or actually contribute. All I can do is share videos and share what I'm seeing on Facebook. That's it.
Developments overnight related to the case of the missing 12-year-old boy out of Chickasha. The mom, Kimberly Cole, and the stepfather, George Cole Jr., have been arrested on complaints of child abuse by injury. They have not been officially charged, but they have been arrested and they are booked into the Caddo County Jail. You'll remember that 12-year-old boy
So let me just say they have been charged at this point, crimes against nature and conspiracy charges.
Is named Ryan R.J. Davis. He went missing on Friday, January the 2nd. I spoke with his mom on Wednesday. She told us that evening he was grounded for bad behavior, and then later that night they noticed he was missing. They told me that he left on his own. However, it's been days and nobody has been able to find him. The Chickasha police has requested that the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation step in to help in this situation. We spoke with OSBI yesterday, and they told us they are now labeling this boy's disappearance as suspicious.
When it gets to a point where it's multiple days and we're still not sure where this boy had gone, it's suspicious, and we want people to be alert about it. We want people to be on the lookout. We want people to reach out to us as quickly as possible. If you know something, please say something and please reach out.
Now, OSBI says they still have not found Ryan anywhere. We do know they were out on the property Wednesday afternoon searching for him. However, again, they still have not found him. They do believe that he is still alive. So if you have information, please call police.
Why do we have so many stuff down? We don't even count.
I don't know what that other video was. So maybe he called someone while they were sleeping. So I'm not going to say it's impossible, but this is a hotel room where they only have 2 beds in a room and then a bathroom. So it's not like some big room where he could have like snuck away. The parents are saying that they went to bed at 10:30 and that they fell asleep whenever they woke up at 1 a.m. to go to the restroom. He wasn't in the bed. And so I don't know. I don't know how it's possible. The unfortunate part about him running away before he could easily be, it could be easily used against him. Maybe this time he didn't, but the parents are using that as an excuse. Right. That's my concern. That's my concern. A history of running away. And now something happened that the police believe that he is injured and needs medical attention. And then he conveniently ran away again, but nobody can find him. It's just a lot. I don't know. And I'm just going to keep saying, I don't know. And I can't prove anything. And I don't know what's happening and all of that because I don't know. And I'm just so frustrated that there's not actual proof or actual evidence or that there's not answers. And I know that the police are doing absolutely everything they can. I mean, they are searching. They are raiding businesses and not raiding businesses. That's the wrong word to use, right? They didn't have to raid it. They just went in and searched the business that's connected to the sex offender grandfather and the extended family and stuff. They were there searching last night. They have searched the home and property. They have searched the motel. They are searching. The locals are out there searching and searching and searching. And there's just no end in sight at this point to find out where he actually is. And I'm just nervous. I'm just scared for him. And I just have this gut feeling, you guys. I can't shake it. I can't shake the gut feeling that I'm having. And it frustrates me because I don't want my gut feeling to be right. I want to find something that proves my gut feeling is wrong. That's what I want. So law enforcement searches Cato County property connected to the parents of the missing boy. This was from today at 6:33 a.m. It says updated. The search was underway Thursday at the Cato County property connected to the family of the missing boy. At about 4 p.m., law enforcement officials were searching the property near County Road 1410 and County Street 2730. The property was located near the town of Cement. The property is listed on social media as a horse training business. This comes amid a search for Ryan R.J. Davis, who was last seen in Chickasha at about 11 p.m. on January the 2nd. His mother, stepfather, Kimberly Cole, and George Cole were arrested Thursday on child abuse and child sexual abuse complaints. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation said. KCOC 5 confirmed through court records that the property being searched on Thursday is connected to the parents' family. A sign on the property also indicated that it belongs to the Cole family. Officials were walking through the property, including a grassy field near the train tracks. During a news conference, they did say that they believe that he is still alive and that they are following numerous leads. The Chickasha police chief added that the 12-year-old boy would not be placed back with his parents. They're trying to reassure whoever it is that could be possibly hiding him, he will not go back home this time. And I know you've heard that before. I know you probably had faith whenever CPS removed him from the house in the past. They are saying it's not happening again. He will not go back. And I hope and pray, honest to God, that they don't put him with any of this extended family too, because it sounds like people lived there. People may have known what was going on. And that's just me throwing out false accusations. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just guessing and taking the information that's available to me and creating narratives in my own brain, right? Because I don't know the reality. That's what we do, though. We speculate. I'm just speculating about what could have possibly taken place. And to me, I don't know how you have these types of crimes and you live with other people on this small property where there's nothing really else there and the other people are completely unaware. I don't see how that's possible. You have that same dreadful feeling. It's just, I don't know. All I can do is share his picture, though, and I'm going to keep talking about this. Every time I find something that I think you guys might want to know about, I'm going to come on because I can't stop thinking about this child. Trying to see. I'm hoping that they do like some streams of the searching or some information about the searches today. I wish that we could see kind of what's going on. Again, as somebody who doesn't live in Oklahoma, it does make me wonder and like desire more information, right? It makes me want to know everything. This is the property. Let me see. This is the property that he went missing from, or well, he wasn't missing from here. Let me pull back up the motel, Quality Inn. But this is the family's property that they were searching. This is the Quality Inn that he went missing from. And it said that the parents would come in, they would ask for the same room every week, and they would get that same room. Somebody who was also staying at this motel around this time said that he had talked to Junior Cole and that he had said something about the cameras. And Junior Cole basically said, "Oh, you don't have to worry about it. Those cameras don't work anyways." And so he was completely aware that the cameras don't work on this property. Why was he aware of that? Did he specifically select the same room over and over again and ask for the same room because he knew that there was no camera surrounding that? But in the area surrounding this, there is other businesses. There are locations that would have cameras outside. There's a Walmart. There are locations that have cameras outside that if he went walking down this street, if he walked away from this location, they should have him on camera walking away. Unless he went through the fields. Oops. Yeah, maybe that's another screen. Whoa. Unless he went through the fields like this way, from say he was over on this side, unless he went, I guess you guys can't see my cursor, can you? Can you see any of it? Nope. Okay, Quality Inn. right here. This. If he was staying in the rooms on this side, because he was going somewhere where there was no cameras that would be able to see. He could have left on foot this direction and not been seen by cameras, right? He could have went towards like the turnpike, things like that. He could have went out and around and towards the woods. He could have went those directions. But if he would have went any other way, cameras are going to see him. If he would have went towards civilization, cameras are going to see him walking away. And so unless he went this way, they should be able to find him on camera. Yeah, his face needs to be out there. He may not even know they were arrested and it's safe now. And I think that's the point the community is putting out these flyers that say, like, you're safe. You don't ever have to come back home, things like that, because they do want him to know that he is not in danger anymore. Can't they pull up camera footage from that area and see if cameras picked him up as he left the area he went missing from? Last known sighting of him was at 11:20 p.m. on January the 2nd. I have heard that that was with his stepfather. I don't know. Either he was taken by someone else or he ran away, doesn't want to be found, right? I wouldn't want to be found. It's his 4th time running away. I would not want to be found. Knowing that they were physically and sexually abusing him, I would hide. Yeah, his step monster looks absolutely terrifying. No, please do so, Sleuthy. It's appreciated. And it's not just my video. I could care less what you share. I don't care if you just share the flyer. He needs to be seen. He needs to be out there. His face needs to be out there. Because in the event that somebody did pick him up, in the event that he did have somebody come rescue him, in the event that maybe he got kidnapped while he was trying to escape this, like, there are so many possibilities that are not just his parents murdered him, right? There is so many things that could be going on in this scenario. If he walked away from this area towards the turnpike, he could have been picked up. Possible. All of that is possibilities. If he went towards like the sports complex, down the turnpike, through the woods, there could be farmers out here who don't know that their fields need to be checked. What if he's trying to hide in people's barns for warmth? It's been cold. There's so many things that could have happened. And so really the most important thing is that his face is out there. Yeah, I don't believe the stepfather. I don't believe them for a second. And I want to know what happened during these interviews that police got this information even to say the abuse. We know that the bulk of the charges are actually against mom. Mom is the one with the charge against crimes against humanity. Was she being forced to do things? I don't know. Or is she just a sicko? Obviously. It's a lot. But anyways, guys, I got to jump off here because I do have to go pick my son up from tech. I just wanted to come on this morning, kind of show you guys some of the things that I'm seeing. I'm going to update probably again later today whenever we get a little bit more details about the search from the locals. I hope and pray that the police continue to tell people what's going on. I think the most important thing would be police staying active, dispelling rumors if there is any. I wish that they would give us some clarity on his last sighting, some concrete clarity, like police actually saying, hey, he was seen walking alone down the road. We have him on camera leaving this place alive. That would be amazing information to hear from police. Just that confirmation that he was alive. We have proof of life. He was alone. He was not being, forced out of a situation or going into the motel. It was him leaving this motel alone that evening. I wish we could get clarification on that. So Yes. All barns, sheds, sitting vehicles, all of it needs to be checked. Under trailers, anywhere that a child could hide for warmth. He's 12 years old. He's going to be resourceful enough probably to like go through trash cans and dumpsters and things like that for food if he's out there just trying to survive. But again, it's cold. It's cold, you guys. 30 degrees is not fun to sleep in at night. Not fun at all. So, all right. I love you guys. I will see you all later. I hope you guys all have a great day. And don't forget to hit the like button. It does not mean that you like this case. It does not mean that you approve of what's happening. It just simply helps us get into the YouTube algorithm. Subscribing, sharing, commenting on the stream afterwards. Comment your thoughts. Comment mean words towards mom and dad for all I care. You know, just comment. It helps grow the audience and makes YouTube see people want to see this type of content. They want awareness for these missing children to go out there and to be seen everywhere. So at least 3 words or emojis or whatever. So, all right. I love you guys. I will talk to you all later. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.